But obviously, pretty big gigs this week.
What have you done this week?
On Wednesday, I was in Royton.
Fuck off.
For Colin Manford.
On Wednesday?
Good.
Wednesday night, I was driving to Royton, not Oldham Town Centre, a town just next to Oldham, basically a suburb of Oldham.
Big one.
Thanks, Carl. Do you know, I wanted to take a lot of my people with me because obviously it's a big moment.
Yeah.
Gigging for, I did my first ever gig for the Comedy Store on Tuesday.
How was that actually?
Good. I supported John Bishop on Thursday, but that pales in because Wednesday was just so big for me.
Royton.
I've
got some news.
No.
Wait.
Hang on, guys.
No, I'm going to.
No, I've worked so hard for this, Adam.
I'm going to run a half triathlon.
No, I've worked so hard for Royton. No, you're not shitting on my Royton. I gig for the not good Manford brother. Come on.
I'm going to.
What were you doing? No, fuck your marathon. I want to know
a
about
half triathlon.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Right.
You can't even swim, can you?
What? No, but that's the third one.
Is that a one and a
That's
half?
That's 2/3.
Is
That's 2/3. Just soft swat.
No, you do the whole first event.
Jump
you
off
do
the
half of
bike.
the second one, and then you see who's winning.
If you're getting annoyed about what we're not talking about, I am as well. What's half a triathlon?
It's like a triathlon, but you only do half of it.
A 1.5 athlon.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're called it's like a half marathon, but for triathlons.
Right.
And I think I'm going to do one.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
What?
And you're not.
Why?
Because you won't.
But I will.
No. You have all the best intentions to, but you won't do it.
I will.
Okay.
There's a half triathlon coming up in Birkenhead.
When?
November.
Yeah.
When are you going to start training? Last 6 months ago, or?
No, I'm just going to start now.
Who's going to put
6
in the
weeks.
application form?
Literally sit in 6 weeks. What?
Who's going to put in the application form?
I
think the biggest barrier to you doing a half triathlon is you remembering to apply for it. Like, I actually think that if Adam was there, he'd just give it a shot. Like, I think get his Lycra on and give it a shot. But I honestly think 6 weeks out, you'd be like, Adam, the race for you is to get that application form in time. Lad, I was going to do it, but my internet was down.
What's the first? Is it the run first?
You run,
and ride, and then
motorbike,
guys,
speedboat.
You're driving me mad.
What?
Run.
I was enjoying the joke that I egged out, and now I feel, taken it too far with the triathlon. If I don't hear about what happened with you in London on Wednesday, I'm going to pop a testicle. I'm so excited about
ducky
it.
hoses.
We had Wagamamas, and it was
really
great.
lovely
So
ducky
good.
hoses. Yeah. Like, normally, you only get 4, but for some reason, there was 5 in the box.
Yeah.
And I got an extra hoisin dip with it.
I got Mackey's delivered it.
I feel anxious. You give me.
Waited over an hour for a pizza as well.
Did it come?
Yeah.
Order. Fuck your half triathlon.
Yeah, we ordered it. And then an hour later,
I don't know what happened on Wednesday.
still waiting for a pizza.
But you do, though.
I do. The joke.
And you were saying it. You're saying you don't know what
I was
happened.
there. I watched it, yeah. Watched him get his pizza. It was
People are really starting to work you out, mate. Because I did a Instagram post yesterday of my garden and I just mowed it. And I was like, I love doing stripes. Laughing face. And I love it when people are like, I thought of a joke. Don't you mean lines, Dan? And then one person went, don't you mean lines, Dan? In a sarcastic voice. Oh no, that's the joke. Just like Sensei Carl would say. Yeah. People are really getting your anti-jokes.
Get in.
But people do call cocaine stripes as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Or
Just say I'll have a stripe. Yeah.
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 Should have thought of that when I wrote, I like doing stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the people who did, I knew you knew it, but the other people don't know that you knew it. They thought, they didn't know.
They didn't know that a professional comedian was being a bellend.
I liked it.
I wonder if they then read the other comments and go, oh, God, 17 other people thought of that joke.
And the office looked beautiful as well.
What was that one that happened on Instagram
good.
a couple of weeks ago? I made a joke, and then the fella made the exact same joke below it.
I
It
put
was
in the group, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was yeah, I can't remember now. No, it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
I screenshotted it.
If we don't talk about Wednesday night in London for you guys, my testicle's going to pop and you're going to have to deal with it.
Belushi's.
Oh,
my God.
mate.
We had Cafe Patron. It was fucking
It wasn't even Cafe Patron.
tasted like it.
It was just coffee flavoured tequila, different brand, but it was still nice. It was
good.
expensive as well.
Fuck Belushi's. Fuck your half triathlon. Fuck Colin
Oh,
Manford.
you had it.
Fuck Royton. Fuck my glasses. And fuck 6,000 pages. I do not mean that. I love you all and we want more.
No, we had a gig. What was the gig?
Oh,
Carl.
speaking of gigs, by the way.
Carl.
What?
Carl. You know what gig it was, isn't it?
Speaking of gigs, on Tuesday coming this week, Eshan Akbar, pod legend and hero. He's doing the Underbelly Festival. So we're doing the Underbelly Festival on Sunday, the 19th of September. It's all but sold out. I think there's like 2 or 3 tickets left. If you want them and you're an early access patron, you can get it. If you're a public fucking pube, then you're too late already. So it's already happened. It was yesterday for you, or even later if you don't watch.
Public pube. Right, that's brilliant. Let's not call them muggles anymore. Let's call them pubes.
Yeah, the public pubes. Oh, and they both start with PUB. It works.
So he's doing Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 21st of September. He's doing his show.
Oh my God, we're 9 minutes in.
The Underbelly Festival.
Oh, we. Okay.
And I promised him I'd give it a little push.
Nice. Let's go for a break anyway.
Yeah. That's in London. He's doing stand-up in London on Tuesday.
And we love him. I couldn't give a fuck about our Bengali pod bay. Yeah. Tell us about Live at the Apollo, you massive gig dick tease.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good gig.
Yeah.
Right. Now a message from Manscaped.
It was fucking great. Dream come true stuff. It was, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's been hard to sort of... Do you know what's funny? I can say this now. So as you know, I got told about what? It's about 10 weeks ago now?
About that, yeah.
Something like that.
And he only told one person.
That's the sort
of... It's one of the best secrets in comedy.
I got told, you can tell a few sort of important people. I got told, don't tell anyone. But, you know, invite whoever you want. So I was like, right, so I can invite everyone if I want. But I kept it... I didn't want to get in trouble, so I obviously told yous. Told the people I was going to bring down, like my dad and Sam and me cousin come down, my mate Josh come down with his missus. I told a few people, but I was trying to keep it small. There's a few comics who were like, I've heard the fucking rumour. Because things spread without you saying it. Like, I have messages off comics that I'd given no hint to going, I've heard you're doing the fuck.
Yeah, because comics are big gossipy bitches. And that's not even the ones with podcasts. That's like, there's people who just, it's natural that you talk about it. You're like, have you heard about Rowe?
Yeah.
What about Rowe? Oh, no, you've not heard.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, the only person who really kept it secret was Scott Bennett. That definitely he kept, because in his head, if he tells someone and it gets back to the BBC, they'll go, right, he's gone. Like, he's got enough paranoia that he's like, oh, God, I don't want to lose it.
The thing is, though, at the minute in the comedy industry, if you go to someone, have you heard about Rowe? And they go, no. And you go, oh, you haven't heard, don't worry about it. People think I've been doing some rapes, and I haven't. Do you know what I mean? That's more of a common thing, have you heard about that male comic, than he's doing Live at the Apollo.
Not even
There's
one
more
rape.
male comics sexually assaulting other comics than there are male comics doing Live at the Apollo.
You're not one of the rapesies.
No, I'm not.
You're a bit of a slapsies now and again. That's how you get hard. What?
Yeah, so it was, I was trying to not tell people for so long, but as it got closer and closer to it, it was just spilling out of me. And the other day, on Monday, I'd booked my haircut because I was going down to London on Monday. And I wasn't going to get my haircut in London by one of the fucking amateurs they have down there. I'm going to My Guy, right? And the biggest TV appearance of your career so far. You don't want to trust it to some fucking Turkish barber off the old Kent Road. Like, that's not going to go well. It's gone fucking wrong. I did it how everybody do it. And you want line in eyebrow. It looks good. You look like Voxel Nova. It's nice. SRI. And he texted me on Sunday, my barber, going, could you come in another day this week? There's been a thing. And I was like, I need to be in tomorrow at the time we've booked. So we're doing that.
Are any of your other customers going to be on the telly, fuck knuckle? No? Cool. I'll see you when I want to be there.
So my barber was like, well, look, he'd had a problem. And he was like, one of the other lads in the shop's going to have to do it. Joe will do it. But I've had my haircut with Joe before and he's good. So I was like, yes, sound. So Joe was like, he's cut me in. He's like, so what's happening, lads? Why did you need to be in today? And he's
I love it that you're doing the fucking... Just for the audio listeners, Adam was doing...
You're like Kermit.
It's literally like Edward Scissorhands got rheumatoid arthritis. Like, cha-cha-cha. Oh, cha-cha-cha-cha. I've been cutting hair for too long.
You got what done?
Rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid.
Yeah.
Is it not rheumatoid?
It's rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid. You said tard because it's linked to the other word.
Oh, no, we didn't.
No, I think...
It's rheumatoid.
I've been saying that my whole life. Rheumatoid arthritis. I thought it was rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid arthritis. That guy's a bitchy tard. He telling all the secrets.
The rheumatoid.
I nearly did it. I nearly did the impression. Not gonna do it. She's in my timbers. So Joe's cutting your hair. I'm having the most fun. This feels like a big, long. I'm loving this. Go.
So he's cutting my hair. He's doing my hair.
Has he got 2 scissors?
2 scissors. What's he shaving with his dick? You've just dribbled on the table. Ladies and gents, about to be on Live at the Apollo. About to be a household name. Just dribbled on the fucking
I feel like an absolute rheumatard.
I'm telling everyone.
If you go to Barbers and he comes at you like this, get out.
But who's holding the fucking razor? Chop, chop, chop. Little Filipino guy. I got you. Don't tell anyone I'm doing this. Who are you? I'm the rheumatard.
So he goes there, and I like shouted it at him. He went, so why did you need to come in? What have you got going on? I didn't like it, Paul. Like, I kept it in from so many people for so long. It just come out. He's like, so what do you need to say? I didn't like it, Paul.
This guy's going to do really well. Chop, chop, chop.
I started telling everybody when it got closer. So I was a taxi driver on Wednesday morning. He's like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to see Adam. Went, you know
Yeah,
Adam,
I told
bro?
my dad he couldn't tell anyone. And when they got off the train in London, Sam went to me, oh, by the way, literally everyone on the 10:47 a.m. train from Liverpool to London Euston now knows that you're doing Live at the Apollo because your dad was walking up and down the aisles going, I'm going to London to watch me son record the Apollo.
He did it to himself. I told everyone in a holiday home in Anglesey because you sent me the message. I went, oh my God, yes, Rowe's got the fucking Apollo. And then you went, just telling you and Laura. I was like, right, keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourselves. So my whole family have known for weeks accidentally.
So many people have I told who told not to tell people.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
I found out when I was next to a field watching kids feet. I will literally remember. To mention kids, you've got to keep talking.
Oh dear. You never ever help yourself.
Can't pause after kids.
You can't pause after kids.
Whatever word comes after kids has to be hyphenated.
I was watching kids fucking feed horses grass, and your message came through. And I was literally at the side of Kiri's farm and went, get in, Rowe's got the fucking Apollo. It's so good. Such a good feeling.
So
That's where I want to be.
yeah.
Go on.
So yeah, the day was crazy. I got told initially that I was going to close. So they record when you do it. For those who don't know, they record 2 episodes on the same night with the same audience. So the audience are sort of funneled in at 6 o'clock, and the show starts. It's meant to start at 7:15, but it's past, especially with the COVID problems and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're all there for an hour and a half before the show starts. And the first show goes on. The host does half an hour, and then each act's meant to do 20, but everyone overruns. Then they have a break, and then it's the second show.
It's a long night, isn't it?
Yeah, and I had to close the second show.
It didn't feel like it though. Like
Didn't
I was
feel
sat
like a
there,
long night.
I was there from when the doors opened to obviously when he was on, and like the comedy all went like I don't know, obviously because it's quality comedy all the way through. It went quick. Like the show seemed to like
Right.
weird.
But
How did it feel backstage?
I was watching a match.
I love it.
Do you know what?
What's backstage like?
Backstage is a bit dirty. It's a bit sort of like, this is your dressing room, and it's very minimal. It's not very showbiz backstage at all.
Yeah, some of those. I mean, the Hammersmith Apollo is an old theatre. Like we were in Bradford last night with John Bishop, and it's an old fucking. I think it's Victorian, and you're like, this is a bit grim. People think this is really fun, but the dressing room is a bit depressing.
Have you been in the Hammersmith Apollo before?
No, never.
I'd never been in the room.
Colossal.
It isn't.
No.
So,
Oh, really?
for a 3,500 seater, you would be forgiven for going, is this 1,800? Like, it's still a big room.
Yeah.
But it feels very intimate for a room of that size.
I don't want to interrupt you, but Royton on Wednesday was very similar.
Yeah.
many?
Because it holds 50.
Fuck off.
But honestly, it feels like 33 and 2 piss knobheads. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just amazing, isn't it? But again, it's historical venues. Right. There wasn't a dressing room. It was just me and Big Lou stood next to a bar given Jarg Diet Coke. It's great. So it's similar, isn't it? Go on, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. Where were you when you found out I was playing Royton? Were you in a field watching kids, or did you like, yes! Dan's got to go on. No,
I think I was on a speedboat in Croatia.
Right. Yeah, I video called him because I wanted to see him weep.
Yeah. And I was weeping,
dribble.
but it was the infection that I'd just got from jumping in the sea. Yeah, so I had to be there at 4 o'clock. You do your sound check. You walk through the garage door. They show you. They play your walk-on song, and I had to correct a bit of it. So I asked for Place Your Hands by Reef, and they said, you can't have that because it doesn't clear. Because it's not like going on a gig where they just play it off Spotify and everything's fine. It's got to clear for international broadcast in America, Canada, Australia, and the UK. And Reef doesn't, so I sent them a couple more. And then I asked Jamie Webster, could I use his song, This Place, as me walk on? And he was like, I'd fucking love you to.
And that clears because he said so.
Yeah. But there's a specific lyric that I love in it. So when I did the sound check in the day, they ask you, talk as low as you're going to talk and shout as loud as you're going to shout, just so we get our levels. You do your practice walk through the door. And when I did it, they just played it from the start of the song. And I was like, could you start it exactly 38 seconds in? And then when I did it later on, they absolutely nailed it.
I didn't hear it.
You'll hear it on the thing. That's
mad. Honestly, I've just remembered your walk-up music. Didn't hear it.
On the video, you talk. You can't really hear it.
No,
it's for the TV rather than the room.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it at all in the room.
Whenever stuff's for TV, they deprioritize the people in the room. Probably less so for Live at the Apollo. But I've done TV warm-up where I've been talking and I've gone, it's like, you know when people go, is this on? I have genuinely looked towards the sound guy and gone, is this working? And they're like, keep going. Because they don't give a fuck about the studio audience that you're warming up. It's all about the TV show and not interrupting that.
There's big like crane mics blocking people's views and stuff.
The thing is, though, if those cameras weren't there, you wouldn't know you were recording for the telly. They run it perfectly. Yeah. It is a comedy night in a big theatre.
They want people laughing. They want people happy.
It's just
smooth,
a gig. It's smooth. They're not like, ladies and gentlemen, remember it's for the TV, so make sure you're laughing. They just go, ladies and gentlemen, show's going to start in about 10 minutes. It's going to be a great night. Welcome to Live at the Apollo. 10 minutes later, they go, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Jen Brister. And that's it.
How did Jen do well?
Jen did well. Esther Manito did well. The early show on the night was Chris McCausland comparing.
Very good.
Sophie Duker and Emmanuel Sanubi. Everyone smashed it. Like,
how were you feeling when you're behind the thing? Is it like a garage door that opens up and then you go through and it's smoke? Yeah. Right. How were you?
The smoke's a bit sort of odd because you've got to walk forward whilst you literally cannot see 2 yards in front of your face. And it's so counterintuitive to be like, I can't see whether I'm about to walk into a wall or a door or anything.
Would that be on Live at the Apollo if you came up? Fucking hell, lads! Fucking hell, Jesus Christ! I've got asthma knobheads.
And also, like, there's a thing in front of you. So, like part of the rig is behind the big garage door. There's like a big bar, which is like a yard back, right in front of where you stand, and they go, "Do not walk forward until that is above your head," because we've had people before who just twat their head on it, and we have to do the whole bring on again.
Oh right, yeah, great. Okay. Literally like trying to get out of a car park.
Yeah.
wait. Bzz, now you can go. Chill out. Right, okay.
But so one of my favourite moments of the backstage bit, like the gig was amazing, by the way. There's not much I can say about the gig, which one little thing I'll tell you in a minute. But my favourite bit of the backstage bit, the show manager or the floor runner or whatever they call them, is a Liverpool fan. So he had the Liverpool game on his iPad because his job once the show starts is to tell me when to go and stand behind the garage door. So when there's a Comic-Con, he's got nothing to do, right? So Esther Manito's on, the girl before me, and I'm watching on the iPad the Liverpool game, right? We're playing AC Milan. We're 3-2 up. Oh, first of all, it was 2-2 at one point, and I can't control myself when I watch the footy. And Henderson scored a fucking screamer, made it 3-2. And at the side stage of Live at the Apollo, I went, "Fucking get in!" And the entire production team looked at me and I went, "Sorry, can't control myself."
I hear them.
Jesus Christ.
I can't help it.
Is that the goal that Hendo, as he celebrated, went, Gerard?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Right. Have you not watched that on YouTube a few times?
No,
you missed that.
No.
All right.
And
Bitter.
so I'm watching.
Obviously, come on.
I'm watching the.
Next to the fucking. But Esther Manito's having the biggest moment of her career so far, and you can just hear a scout go, fucking get it, lads!
I'm watching it, right, and I'm stood with the showrunner and Brett Vincent, who's not my agent, but he's a comedy agent, but he's a mate of mine. What?
He's fucking everywhere.
Well, he's Emmanuel's agent.
He was at Freight Island on Tuesday.
I thought you were going to say he was at Royton. I was like, how the fuck's he manage that?
Time turner.
I was like, what are you doing here? He was like, yeah, I know the guy who runs it. That guy does not like being at home.
He was Emmanuel Sanubi is.
That felt like a dig. I'm sure he has a lovely.
Not like being at home.
Sorry.
Fucking weirdo. He's Emmanuel Sanubi's agent, so he was stood there and he's watching the Liverpool game with me because he's a big Crystal Palace fan. But when he was a kid, his first team was Liverpool because he was a bit of a glory hunter, which he openly admits. But then he was like, I should support my local team, which is Crystal Palace, who we happen to play this week. But he's watching the game with me and the showrunner, and he died laughing because it got to 90 minutes. So when you're backstage, right, there's a wall here, right? And I'm watching the iPads here, right? And then behind the wall there is the side stage bit, and the actual stage is over here. So there's a wall, stage is over there, and this is the side, this is the wings, right? And in the wings, there's a big fucking clock as there is on stage. And as you walk on, the clock starts, and it goes up from 0 to 20 minutes and beyond, so you can see exactly how long you've done. So it's not like getting a light on 18. You can see to the second how long you've done.
That's a lot of the bigger gigs. They really like. I honestly think comedy clubs should think about this.
Yeah,
because it's the most obvious thing. Like, oh, we've got a red light that flashes randomly. You're like, what if you miss it? And then all of a sudden, the show. When you're doing a big gig, a support gig, they're like, that's your time, and it ticks down sometimes. As in, get the fuck off. It's 0, 0, 0.
Yeah. So it got to 90 minutes of the game, and it come up with 3-2 up. It's a tense game. And it said 5 minutes added time. So the iPad's there, the wall's there. I'm stood here, and that's the side of the stage where everything is, including the clock. And it come up 5 minutes added time. And I'm just watching the game. I went, oh, for fuck's sake. And looked round the corner at the clock. And Brett Vincent burst out laughing, crying his eyes out. And I went, what the fuck are you laughing at? He went, you're about to make your debut on Live at the Apollo. And all you're asked about is, am I going to get to see the end of added time? He was like...
No, but it's Champions League.
Like, Lander, my agent, at one point there's 20 minutes before the show starts, and I was in my dressing room watching the match on my laptop at that point, and he hadn't seen me for a couple of hours. And he come in, and he just burst out laughing. He went, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching the match. He goes, get your head in the game. I was like, I'm watching the match. And he was like, do you know what? I've never worried less about a client doing Live at the Apollo. He went, most people are shitting themselves at this point, and you're watching the footy. I was like, because if I wasn't watching the footy, I'd be sat here thinking about what I'm about to do and thinking I'm missing the match. If I'm watching the match, I'm not thinking about what I'm about to do, and I'm watching the match.